Hi everyone today. It's been a while since I had a chance to make a video, so I decided I was going to try this Kssam challenge since Kevin Wu and at.newyork showed how to make Kssam, and I actually never had Kssam before. So the ingredients that you're going to need is Ssamjang, which looks like this. You can buy it at H Mart, that's where I found it at, or if you have any other local Asian produce stores. What I'll do after I make the short version for this challenge, I'm going to have a longer version on my YouTube for giving more of the benefits of each of the ingredients. So it'll be some helpful, fun facts, which you might not know, and you might want to incorporate into your regular food routine if it doesn't affect your health. Sorry, it's been a while since I made a video, so okay. Anyway, the other ingredients that you're going to need is sesame leaves. Sometimes they can be found in soy sauce already marinated, but when I found at H Mart, it was in a package like this, and it wasn't that expensive, a lot of the ingredients, and it's actually pretty quick to make, at least from when Kevin and his two guests made it. So I'm going to try to see how it goes, and hopefully it'll all go well for me too. So the other ingredients you're going to need is lettuce. So there's different types of lettuce out there. So I got three different types. Three, not two. Three different types. This is romaine, and this is Artisan. So Artisan basically is like, you can get it at your local produce store. It doesn't have to be from an Asian produce store. It could even be from like ShopRite, Walmart, whatever. But the brand I used was Tanamori and Antlay. And basically the difference with Artisan, it's not just that it looks in a way a little nicer than iceberg lettuce, but it's basically organic and conventional, and basically it's not washed already, it's just field packaged. So with iceberg lettuce, sometimes when they put it in the store it's already washed, but with this type it's not. The other main ingredient that you're going to need for your Kssam Korean barbecue is pork belly, which I let mine thaw out, so looks a little wet. But basically, pork belly, it has a lot of different benefits, which I'll go into the long version of everything. But basically, with the pork belly, instead of the regular bacon, which is from also the belly of pork, this, however, is going to be like single striated, while with pork belly, it's also going to be healthier than bacon, since it's from like, how do I put it? It's from the leaner cut of the food, and it's going to have more like the micronutrients, so like fat soluble vitamins, minerals, and 50% of the fat that's in pork belly, like I was saying, it'd be like single layered, so it'd be also mono unsaturated fat, which is better for you. And there's going to be a lot of omega-3 acids compared to like your beef or your lamb. And for starters, you're going to have vitamins like thiamine, selenium, zinc, B12, B6, niacin, phosphorus, iron, etc. So you can see just from having pork belly compared to bacon, which a lot of Americans eat normally, it's healthier for you. Some places it can be cheaper. That's what I found online, but unfortunately in Pennsylvania, where I am, it seemed like it was a little higher, maybe because of it not being ate as much. I'm not too sure. But anyway, the other ingredients before I forget, let's see, Ssamjang, sesame leaves, lettuce. I think I went over the 3 types of lettuce, or did I only say 2? There is the romaine, iceberg, artisan, and with artisan there's different types too, which I'll go into in the longer version. But the other ingredients you're going to need is kimchi. So I actually never had kimchi before, so I'll see if I like it or not. I like cabbage and I like sauerkraut, so I believe I should like kimchi also, but I got the stir-fried kimchi, so we'll see how that goes. And I also got olive oil laver, which laver basically, if you can see, is in the seaweed family, so it has a whole lot of benefits too. The other ingredients you're going to need is garlic. So my family likes a lot of garlic, so we got a bag of it. But you can also get it in like a sleeve, but I only have like a few pieces because I don't think I'm going to need that much, but we'll see. And then I'm going to need, let's see, I said garlic. I'm going to need onion. I'm using a white onion today. And then I have my rice I prepared ahead of time. And then I'm going to need sesame oil to dip my vegetables in. And I'm also going to, let's see, I'm also going to use mushrooms, which I had some put aside already. I'm trying to think where I put it. But basically, the type I have, I might have washed it and put in another room. But basically, I'm going to be using cremini mushrooms. So like, these are going, the brown ones are baby portobello, and then the white ones, which are like common mushrooms. And if you're vegan, you can also use mushrooms instead of pork belly. So I'm going to make different types of Kssam with both and see how that goes. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause it and then come back and show you once everything's all together how it looks. And so and I'll also have my reaction to it since I never had it before. So hopefully from this it'll be an interesting video, and like I said, stay tuned, because at the end then I'll go into all the fun facts for everything. And so those who don't want to know the facts won't get bored, and those who do, just stay with us, just stay with me just a little bit longer, okay? Be right back. Okay, so I'm back. So right now I'm on my last few of the pork belly to fry, but I know some of you guys like hearing ASMR, so I'll let you guys see how I'm frying them. And you can hear how delicious that sounds. If you guys could actually smell it, it smells really good. And I didn't even put any spices on it because I wanted to see how it would be this time without having any spices. But next time when I buy some, most likely again, I'm going to probably put some maple brown sugar spice on it. See how that turns out. I'm going to do this faster since I ripped this all in. I'm just using a fork real quick, which is not really the proper technique, but whatever works, right? And then when all the parts of the fat isn't white, it's like translucent or like a light brown. That's when it should be done, just like with bacon. So in the meantime, what I did was I cut my vegetables. So I cut some onion that I'm gonna have fried, and then I cut some garlic. I don't know if you can see that. But the garlic and the onion, when I fry it, I'm going to actually fry them separate so that it'll retain its actual natural taste. Because like you can fry it all together, but then when you fry it all together, you're actually going to have your tastes not as distinct. I guess that's the right word. So yeah, so when that finishes, then I'm going to put my onions in, then I'm going to put my garlic in, and then I'm going to fry some of the kimchi, and then some of the kimchi I'm going to keep it regular the way it is, since I haven't had it. So I heard you can have it hot or cold, so I want to see how it tastes both ways, and hopefully when everything turns out, it'll turn out just as good. So I'm going to pause it again, and then so I don't use up a lot of time and make the video also shorter. So I'll be back in un minuto. Okay, I'm back. So right now I'm just finishing up frying the fried kimchi to heat it up a bit, and then I'm going to put together my Kssam. So I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to see a quick way you could cut mushrooms. I'll see if I can figure out how I can show you guys real quick. But basically, I had it as like your regular mushroom, and then I cut it in half. And then when you cut it, it'll look more appeasing, just for a little tip. So I'll be right back after I do that. Okay, so hopefully this will work. So what I did was I had my mushroom, cut it in half, and then what you can do is get from the edge, and you just slowly cut. And that wasn't a good example, but here, I'll show you here. But I'm pretty sure you get what I mean. But that's how you can get it to look like this. Okay, I'm back. So I finished frying everything, and I was actually originally going to use stir fry oil that, I don't know if you can see, I usually like to use House of Sang, but since I had so much oil from the pork belly, I actually fried everything in that instead, so saved on being able to have to use another type of oil. So what I wanted to share real quick for the facts is about Ssamjang, which is seasoned soybean paste. Ssamjang, basically it's a thick, spicy paste. I haven't actually tried it till today, which you guys will see my reaction to everything soon. But basically when you open it up, it has, looks like some desiccate in it, and it has a covering to keep it from getting moldy. So give me 1 second, I want to hit pause because my hands are messy. Okay, so my hands are clean now. So this is what the paste looks like. And I'm going to get a spoon and show you. It's a thick, and it's supposed to be like on the spicier side, but if I didn't mess up, I got the original, which is supposed to be milder. But here you can see, maybe a bit better, how thick it is for the texture. But surprisingly, even though it might not look as good, it's used quite a bit in Korean culture for their cuisine. So I did look up some information about it because I like to find out what I'm eating. So they usually use it in food wrap and a leaf, which is what I'm going to be making with the Kssam. And the sauce is made of doenjang, gochujang, sesame oil, onion, garlic, green onions, and sometimes there's brown sugar. So some benefits I remember reading is that there's going to be protein, and it's basically a good source of protein because of the soybeans. There's minerals, potassium, calcium, iron, small amounts of vitamin A, and vitamin B, so like pyridosine, niacin. There's also, it consists mostly of fermented foods, so it'll make it really beneficial for your gut health, and it'll do that by enhancing the gut flora. So doenjang, which I previously mentioned, makes up Ssamjang. It was noted in some research actually to fight or help fight cancer, and how do I remember saying it? Lecithin, I believe, is basically in soybeans, and it's believed to actually be highly effective for Alzheimer's prevention. And Ssamjang, basically, the doenjang that's in it, it has saponins, and saponins also help with reducing blood cholesterol levels. And some research suggests that doenjang can actually help fight cancer since it makes up Ssamjang. And Ssamjang would be suggested, since it's made up of it, it'll have the same benefits. So I'm kind of like repeating myself. But soybeans, like I said, it's believed to be highly effective for Alzheimer's prevention, but there still needs to be a lot more research in this area. And one of the main concerns, though, you can't use too much Ssamjang because both the doenjang and gochujang are high in sodium, and having excessive sodium levels, the intake actually can raise your blood pressure. And subsequently, if your blood pressure raises, then you could be make yourself more prone to having like a heart attack or a stroke. So it's good, just like everything else, to use it in moderation. One of the main concerns, or not main concern, let me see. Actually, yeah, it's another kind of concern. If you, since it's made up of gochujang, and gochujang has a significant amount of sugar, that also can increase the risk of a person's prone to type 2 diabetes and obesity. So basically just use it in moderation. The other thing I want to show you guys is your sesame leaf. So this is a sesame leaf. It's actually a lot bigger than I thought it would be. And it's supposed to have like the same type of flavor like fennel, but it smells actually like more exotic, like licorice. And it also has a lot of minerals, so it's like a mineral dense source, and there's a strong aromatic herb. So other aromatic herbs are like basil, mint, but it's supposed to have like a nutty type of fragrance. So like, I don't know if that makes any sense. So think of like licorice that smells nutty. And then you have your sesame leaf, or trying to remember the other name for it, perilla. So some benefits of your sesame leaves is that it's shown to suppress the overproduction of tumor necrosis. So with factor alpha A, a cytokine, it's basically a cytokine that is important in immunology and with inflammatory reactions. So that's one thing good about the extract from these types of leaves. But you have to be careful because some people can be like prone to like contact dermatitis. So like it could be like an increased hypersensitivity, and then that's like mediated by leukotrienes, prostaglandins, histamine, inflammatory cytokines, and immunoglobulin E. So like with everything, it has its benefits, and it also has some downsides. So you just got to be careful about everything and do your research, but it actually has a whole lot of other benefits. So like the seeds, like the sesame seeds from the same plant, it can actually decrease your risk for heart disease, and you can it also can decrease the certain types of cancers you could be prone to, obesity, type 2 diabetes. And just like with like garlic and onion, it'll lower, or it could, I should say, it could lower your triglycerides and your cholesterol, which subsequently could like, what's the word I'm looking for? It could reduce your your ability to be prone to heart disease. So, because if you have less, like if your triglycerides and your cholesterol is lower, then subsequently then it'll reduce your risk of having heart disease, if that makes sense. But I don't know if anyone knew anything about these types of leaves, because again, all this stuff is kind of new to me. But I found out that these leaves actually are used quite often in medicinal medicine, so like Chinese medicine, to treat like a wide array of ailments. It's a garnish for food, and also one thing that I thought was pretty interesting is that it's a possible antidote for food poisoning. So it has antioxidant, anti-allergen, anti-inflammatory, antidepressant, anergenic, which is basically an appetite suppressant, and tumor preventing properties. But again, like I mentioned, it still needs a lot more research in these areas. One adverse effect from the leaves, though, like I mentioned, could be dermatitis. Let's see, what else? What did I want to share? So like with animal research, they found out there's a compound called triterpene acids, and basically when that was isolated from like the dried perena leaves, when topically applied to mice, they noticed that there was a marked reduction in the ear induced ear inflammation. So like it has antimicrobial and antioxidant properties. And then there's luteolin, which is extracted also from the perena seed oil, and that showed marked antimicrobial activity against bacteria commonly associated with dental caries, and against toxins produced by Staphylococcus aureus. So it's, pretty interesting for other nerds out there like me. So let's see, the next thing I want to show you guys is how the pork belly turned out. So here's how it was when it was cooked. It's like see-through, just like kind of with bacon. And some benefits about it, like I was mentioning before, is like it's healthier than bacon due to the high quality of the protein that's in it, and because it's from a leaner cut, and it has a substantial amount of micronutrients, including fat-soluble vitamins and minerals. 50% of the fat in pork belly is monosaturated fat, and there's more omega-3 acids in pork than in beef, which I think I mentioned earlier. And for starters, some of the vitamins I think I already said. So if I repeat myself, I'm sorry. But it was like thiamine, selenium, zinc, vitamin B12, B6, niacin, phosphorus, and iron. Next thing I wanted to share real quick for my next fact is garlic. So your benefits, I fried the garlic, that's why it looks a little different, but I showed you guys earlier that you can get garlic in like all different quantities, and I was actually surprised I could get a real big bag like that, and it was actually pretty cheaper. It was cheaper getting it in a larger amount than in a small sleeve. So your benefits with garlic, it has medicinal properties just like with the sesame leaves. It has compounds of sulfur though in it, and that's where the medicinal properties actually are derived from. So like the disulfide and the S-allylcysteine. So it'll lower your blood pressure. And it contains a decent amount of calcium, copper, potassium, phosphorus, iron, vitamin B1, manganese, B6, vitamin C, selenium, and fiber. It's also known for boosting your immune system, most likely because of the vitamin C also that's in it, which can also aid in reducing the length of having a cold. So that's why a lot of times if you have colds and you have garlic increase in your diet, the amount of time that you have that cold, it could actually be reduced. But again, you know, that's all has a lot of different factors that have to play a part in that. So the next thing I want to show you guys for another fun fact is about onions. So I fried some onions. I don't know how clear it'll come out, but I fried them to put in the Kssam. And the benefits of onions, just like garlic, it helps fight with inflammation. It'll decrease your triglycerides and reduce your cholesterol levels, all again, which helps with lowering your heart disease risk. There's also potent anti-inflammatory properties that may also help reduce high blood pressure and protect against like blood clots. So that's something I thought was pretty interesting. And in some research I read, since onion is in the allium vegetables category, it can prevent some cancers such as like colorectal, stomach cancer, and it does that by actually inhibiting the tumor growth as well as like the cell mutation. So that's pretty cool. And then it also contains vitamin C, which helps build and maintain your collagen, which is needed for strong hair. And you can produce the structure, so when your hair is stronger, the collagen also is basically like that foundation structure to your skin and your hair. So it's really good for you. And it contains manganese, B6, vitamin C, and like garlic, it's also low in calories. And onions also contain small amounts of calcium, iron, folate, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, antioxidants. I'm trying to remember what the two are. Quercetin and sulfur. I might have said that wrong, but I think you can probably figure out or look it up. It's always good to self-enrich So that's just, you know, some information that I thought was pretty cool. And then the last bit of information I'll share today is about the olive oil laver, because I had like seaweed before, but I haven't tried this type. And this one I got from H Mart too. And olive oil laver, if I can open the container. It's also called Kim, which if you, just like in Japanese, if you romanize the letters, it would be called, the spelling would be G-I-M. But Kim, it's basically, looks like this. It's thin, really light, and it's not like too strong for like the scent, but it's an edible seaweed, of course. We wouldn't want to eat something that's not edible. But it's from the genre, or yeah, genera Pyropia and Porphyria. But basically this type is going to be rich in iodine and tyrosine, and those basically support for your thyroid health. And like seaweeds, they also help have antiviral and anti-cancer properties. And there's some research that noted people suffering from digestive issues, that laver help support your gut health again. So it's a good source of vitamins, minerals, may aid in weight loss and suppressing hunger. And it'll also improve your blood sugar level, which will help reduce your risk again for type 2 diabetes. So if you haven't noticed, a lot of the ingredients that are in Kssam, it's really helpful for you if you use it in moderation, and a lot of it seems to have the same type of benefits relating to reduced blood sugar, helping with your blood pressure, helping with all the different vitamins, minerals. It's really like dense with all those different all those different attributes, which ultimately help you be more healthy if you use it in the right way. So what I'm going to do now is basically put the Kssam together, show you how it's done, which is why I made this video to begin with, but I'm surprised it came out to be this long, so I'm sorry again for a long video. But if you made it this far, I really appreciate it, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more future videos. And I'll also have the shorter version of this for those who just want to see how to make the Kssam. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. So what you're gonna do is I put my lettuce, I'm trying 3 different types. I'm going to have my iceberg lettuce, my artisan lettuce, which I mentioned earlier. Artisan lettuce basically is like field packaged lettuce that's not previously washed. So make sure you wash your vegetables really good, because you don't want to get sick. If you don't wash your vegetables, there's a lot of different things that can cause you to get sick, like E. coli. So just make sure you thoroughly wash your vegetables. And then your perilla leaves or your sesame seed leaves. So the first thing you're going to do is get your lettuce, and then you're going to get your sesame leaf and place that over it. And I remember in the Kssam video, Kevin Wu was saying that the sesame leaf, it's good to put it in top of your lettuce, because like sometimes your lettuce might have holes if you use like romaine lettuce, and the sesame leaf help like protect your lettuce leaf so your juices don't go all the way through. And so then after you have that, you're going to get your pork belly. Let me bring this over here. It's your pork belly. I'll take a piece, put that in here, and then what I'm going to do is get my Ssamjang, and I'm going to put a little bit because I like spicy and I like hot, but I don't know how hot or how spicy it's going to be, and I'm a little concerned how my reaction is going to be for my first time doing this and taking all this in one shot. So here's to no editing. So I have that, and then I'm going to get my veggies and I'm going to dip it in my sesame oil. So let me get the sesame oil. Okay, so here's my sesame oil that I used. It's backwards. I use Kimchi and pure sesame oil. So I just put some in a cup for now, and my veggies are over here. I don't know why I didn't put it all together. Sorry, I'm a bit of a scatterbrain sometimes. And I'm just gonna bring everything over so I don't have to keep moving back and forth. So I'm gonna get my veggies. So I'm gonna get some of my fried onion, dip it in my sesame oil, and I'm gonna put that on my leaf. And then I'm gonna get my kimchi that's fried. Put that on there. Actually, I forgot my garlic. Got a little garlic. Put that in the oil. And then put that on my leaf. And I want to try also some of the cold kimchi. It's there. Put that on my leaf. What else am I forgetting? My mushroom. I'm going to put one of my mushrooms in my leaf. And let's see. The garlic. I'm actually want to put another piece of garlic, but with this piece I want to put it in the Ssamjang oil, the Ssamjang paste, and put that on my leaf. Since Kevin did it that way, I'm sure it's probably tasty. And what else? So I put my kimchi in, I put my onions in. I believe that should be everything. So I'll repeat real quick what's all on this. And I'm trying my Artisan leaf instead of the iceberg or the romaine this time. But I'm gonna try it with the other ones also, but it'll probably taste similar. So I'm just gonna do it once because this video is a lot longer than I thought it would be. So all that's in this again, it's Ssamjang, sesame leaf, which is perina, your lettuce, which can be any type. It could be your iceberg, it could be romaine, it could be artisan, and the artisan type that usually it makes up that, it's like red and green gem, oak, and tango. That's the type of lettuces. And they're petite gems that are basically dense and compact heads with wide leaves. So it has like a crunchy texture and it's sweet. And petite oat also is like a wider leaf, has ruffled leaves, and it's soft and it's full. So I believe I have the green gems, for anyone who wanted to know what type of lettuce is an artisan lettuce. So it's that, pork belly, kimchi, olive oil, laver. Oh, that's what I forgot to put in it. My olive oil laver. So here's that. That probably might need to be at the bottom, I'm not sure. But I just added that in. And then garlic, onion, mushrooms. Oh, I almost forgot the most important thing, rice. So the rice I made already, and I'm going to add that to it. Then, moment of truth. Hopefully I'll really enjoy this, just like Kevin and his 2 guests. Okay, so here's my Kssam. So I'm gonna fold it over as best as I can. I might have put a little bit too much rice in it, so I'm gonna try to get it to fold over the best I can. And then you're supposed to take it in one shot. And I'm sorry if this doesn't look too pretty, but here goes nothing. So here's for the awesome challenge. Let's Kssam. Wow. So flavorful. I felt like I put way too much in it. I felt like my cheeks were gonna fall off. It was so full. But it tastes really good though. All jokes aside. Even though my reaction might not have looked as pretty. But definitely give this a shot. If you never had Kssam, go out and try to find these ingredients. In our area, it's not a lot of Asian stores, unfortunately, but I was able to manage to find at H-Mart, and I was able to get these ingredients and finally get to try Kssam. So don't forget to try to make this at home if you have and you made yours differently or have any suggestions. Let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope that this video is beneficial and that from this you've learned things like I've done. So until next time, I'll try to upload maybe a video later today since I haven't uploaded one in quite some time, and it'll be not nearly as long, but I'll show you how to make a quick mask you can make for your face that's real beneficial. So until next time, or actually, I don't even know if avocados in that are ripe yet, so I might have to wait a few. But I might actually show another type of video that can show you how to ripen your avocados faster. So if you're interested in knowing that little secret that I just recently found out, stay tuned for the next set of videos if I don't forget. Take care, have a good rest of your weekend, and don't forget to let's Kssam. Bye.